Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Discriminating Gamer and another unboxing video. Today we're going to take a look at Nova Era, a game by Andrea Charvesio and art by Agnes Rapoche. I hope I got that correctly. And published by CMON. Now this is a game that I had heard about and totally forgot about, so I was excited to see it. So, because this is a game, it looks basically to be a card game, all right? But it looks like you're going to choose your dice, some dice drafting possibly. You're going to develop some technologies. There's going to be some disasters along the way. And you have to survive 3 different eras. Build a prosperous city or civilization and see who wins. I mean, the game just sounds really cool. And CMON does some really good stuff. So I'm excited to see what's actually in this box. So it looks like we do have for ages 8 and up. And it's 2 to 4 players and about 60 minutes. So, you know, I like good card games. I like civilization games. I played a couple recently that have been pretty good. So, and it's CMON. So, yeah, I kind of want to see what's inside this box. So, happy to see this show up. Now, let's take a look and see what we have for a civilization card builder. Oh, yeah. Okay, now, inside here, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start off with the handy dandy rulebook. But you got to remember, man, CMON always gets free content on their website. Just scan the code. Okay, so our rulebook, nice round structure on the back. Okay, that is awesome. And it's kind of a nice little flow chart kind of sort of thing. And it looks like we're going to be total about 12 pages including that back. So let's see what we got. Good components list. Okay, there's some resources you're going to get. Nice little setup page. Okay, tells you everything's going to go pretty good. No problems there. Our basic concept of the game, component anatomy. It's always good to know what the cards and everything do. Your territory cards, personality cards, your technology cards. All right, and then it looks like your civilization board and how you're going to lay your cards out there. And then looks like we're just going to jump right into gameplay. Gain some resources, check for disasters. You guys pause if you need to pause. Take a look at all this. I'm expecting a whole bunch of cards inside this game. Got your scoring phase into the game. A little fast play variant if you want. And then you're back to your end of round. I'm kind of curious how it's going to look. And just off top, we just kind of see how many cards are in this game. I don't know. I'm expecting quite a few, but you never know. All right. And there's going to be your token sheet. Not much to that token sheet. Okay. It looks like pretty much the same on both sides. And everything's going to punch out with 0 issues. Okay. Put that off to the side. All right, and these look like these are going to be your little boards that you're going to be drafting your dice on. And I believe you're putting one of those boards out per player plus 1. If I remember, I think I glanced at the rule book and I kind of saw that. The Cleopatra token, I remember seeing something about that too. So, all right. Okay, so here is going to be our era track. Oh, and we got a long board. Let's see, can I go sideways even on this? No. Okay, I'll tell you what, we'll do it this way. Okay, so there's going to be the era track. Okay, so at the era change, here's all the instructions you're going to be able to do. You got your disaster track, so you got to keep track of all your different disasters. Your different eras, there's like 3 turns per era. Remember seeing something about that. And then on the bottom, you're just going to have, these are going to come down, what you're going to get, and whoop, looks like a little scoring track for you. Easy peasy. Is there anything on the back side of it? Nice and black. No, there's nothing. All right. Now, it looks like we're going to get our player boards. Now these are cool because these looks like they're all going to be the same. So I'll just grab one of them here. But they're kind of etched, okay, or they're dual layer, which is nice. I really like dual layer boards. Okay. And all of them are going to be the same. You're just going to get, looks like your four colors. You're going to get a nice little cloth bag. Okay, it feels good. And inside of that, you're going to have your dice. Now the dice, I think what is there, 3 dice per color, right? So you're going to be putting those out on the board, pulling randomly from the bag. Dice feel good. So, but they're dice, so it's kind of hard to go wrong with dice. All right, now let's take a look at the cards. These have a little seam they're going to break on, or, yep, they do. All right, so there is a ton of cards in this game. Okay, so I'm going to try not to make you all sick, but get a little better glance at them. Let's see if we can zoom in just a little bit. Okay, and I don't know anything about these cards. Actually, look at the back real fast. Looks like these maybe some Era 2, 3, some 1s, 2s, some 2s. So there's all kinds of them. You know what? We're just going to kind of flip through them. I'll try to keep them on the camera for you. And let's just take a look and see what we get. You know what? I'm going to get rid of half the stack. That's a really large stack. Okay. The artwork. I like the artwork. The artwork's really cool. Looks like the cards might do a couple different things. I'm hoping they're multi-purpose cards. I don't know if they are or not. I am a super fan of multi-purpose cards. It just kind of adds that much more to the game. So, and I know the different eras, you know, crossbows. I know you got your bows, and I think crossbows kind of supersede the bow technology. I glanced at the rulebook because when this game showed up, I went and I jumped online and I found the rulebook real fast. So I just kind of looked at it real quick. Didn't get a chance to read it, but I just kind of thumbed through it really fast. Trade Town, some universities. All right, physics. Yeah, no, I'm not good at physics. I'll avoid those. Castles. I collect castles, so I do like castles. The Great Temples. Got your knighthood. Looks like I'm guessing Era 2 now is what these cards are. Okay, and I don't know what these do, but if you've looked at the rule book, you might have a better idea than me. Or you go back and you stop this, you look at the rule book, and then when you look at these cards, you go, oh, I know what those do. Yeah. Well, you know, I don't always quite do that. I like to look at the rule book. I like to look at the boards. I'll kind of open up, flip at some, you know, look at some of the cards, flip through some of the cards, what I'm trying to say. Okay, mass production. Oh, down a little bit. And then I start reading the rules. I just kind of like to look at everything. Era 3. There's artillery. Nice. Oh, there we go. Definitely not in the Stone Age anymore. Some tanks. That's a cool looking tank. It kind of looks like a Ninja Turtle or something. I don't know. All right. Some drones. Okay. I got to say, I've said it before, I do like this art. All right, space station. You know, art's one of those things. I like so much art. I just like all the different styles. Okay. I'm hoping by pausing for a second here that it actually is focusing in on all the cards for you, so that you're going to get a good idea of what everything is. I can pause it a little longer, but then again, I don't want these, you know, videos to be, you know, an hour and a half long, because then that would just kind of bore you to death, and I really don't want to do that. I'm probably boring you enough. But I appreciate those of you that actually stay through all of the videos to the end. I appreciate the comments I get too. All right, and so it looks like we're going to get a couple of game icons, a card with some game icons. Looks like a little player aid card. Okay, let's stick those off to the side for right now. S, maybe it's for starter cards. Okay, I'm going to guess, so I'm going to put those off to the side too. And then it looks like we're back into ones, and then I got some others off to the side because those are some different cards. So, all right. So it looks like what these Era 1s look like. All right. I always like playing these technology type games like this one in these older eras, opposed to the more modern times. I don't know. Something about it to me is just, it's more fun. But I mean, I like all of it, but it's just, I don't know. I like just kind of going back into this time. Castle walls. I don't know. I'm a big fantasy guy, so I think that's probably why too. I usually take fantasy over science fiction, but some science fiction games will trump my fantasy games. So, okay. Looks like we're just about to the end of these. I don't know. We probably passed it, but I didn't see where they invented the wheel yet. Maybe you guys saw it. I've been too busy looking at too much. All right. Hopefully they invented the wheel in there somewhere. Now these, I want to say, I'm thinking these have to do with, these are starters for some reason or another. Could be right, could be wrong. I don't know. But I'm sure there's something. So there's your archery on a crossbow. Takes that one out. There's your wheel. Look at that, the last card in all the technology sections. Okay, I'm going to put that off to the side. Oh, it looks like starter and I don't know what that, or that's probably one. Starter and Era 1, I bet that's what that is. Because I see there's notches in the board to tell you what everything is. So these are 2s and 3s. So these are gonna, and 1s, and okay, so these aren't oh, these are the people. These are the people that you're gonna have come. So there's your, yeah, Homer, Aristotle. Oh, okay, yeah, Cleopatra. You get a special token if you get Cleopatra. There you go, place her. Okay, and I think she's the only one that has a little special token too. All right. Confucius. Alexander the Great. These, yep. They look good. Tell you, I'm really curious to see how a lot of this is going to play out. From what I've seen so far, the game, I mean, it looks cool. You know, there's a lot of games that look really cool. I don't know how it's going to play. Although I can't think of a CMON game that I've played that I didn't really like. So, but yeah, I'm Napoleon right on. Yeah, I'm really excited to get this one to the table. I mean, just, it looks good. I've got high hopes for it. Isaac Newton, Einstein, right on. And there you go. And that looks like it's all the cards. And we're just gonna put those right over there. Okay, and I'm not seeing anything else, no cards in here, but like I said, we have just 2 of those. It's a 2 to 4 player game, so I'm surprised they didn't give us 4 of those. Maybe I missed a couple of them somewhere. Okay, but yeah, and of course underneath, don't see anything under there. So we're good to go. That's going to be everything you're going to get inside this game. Now the question is, how's it go back in the box? So I'm assuming that these trays right there, let's zoom this back out. I'm assuming these trays right there, okay, because I'm guessing those are going to be where you're going to put some tokens. I know the cards, and I'll show you this as well. So the cards, you're going to see where like there's an Era 1, Era 2. And I know this had the starters and the Era 1s. And so you got your technologies. This is going to be for your dice. So everything's going to go back in this box really nice. This insert looks like it's going to fit really good. You're going to have both of these boards, which are going to, they kind of had them like this, and they're going to cover this. But first thing I want to do is I want to get the little bag put back in there, because I know that's going to go right there. All right, let's get that dice down. See, that fits in really good. All right, this board is going to fit in, notched right in the middle. Okay, now both of these, I'm going to go ahead and get these punched. I'm going to get everything put in this little spot. Yep, see, there you go. There's your icons for your little tray and some little money pieces. So I'm going to get these punched. I'm going to put them underneath the tray if they need to, but I want to make sure that that board hits all the way to the top. Let's go ahead and put this in here. All right, and these tokens, I'm going to set right here for right now. As soon as this is done, I'm going to punch all this. I'm going to put it away so these are not going to get lost. They're not going to get left behind. Trust me, I just want to show you how it's all going to fit back in the box and get this thing closed. Future Ray here. Okay, so after I got done filming the unboxing for Nova Era, I discovered there is a FAQ and an errata on CMON's website, and this particular errata contains new cards. So I figured what we do real fast is just kind of let you know what this is, what it entails, and what you're going to have to do to incorporate this into your game, because I don't know if CMON's replacing cards. I don't know any of that. Okay, all I know is this is out there and they're replacement cards. So what you're going to do, and it actually shows you right here, okay, is you're going to print out the FAQ and you're going to print out this page as well. But what you're going to do is you're going to cut it. And after you get done cutting it, you're going to fold it, okay? And what I find is just like they say here. You're going to find a crease, you're going to fold it. They say to glue it. I didn't glue mine, but I'll show you what I did, all right? And then they're going to say to cut it, all right? So this is what you're going to get. And if you look, okay, and I'll try to get this as close as I can, all right, you're going to see like right here, okay? I'll see if I can get that in there, but it says fold here. So right down this center, right down that line is a fold. So what you're going to do is you're going to want to fold that sheet right there, okay? Once you fold it, you'll notice that and in some places are really hard to find, but you're going to see like these little pluses. You're actually going to cut along those lines. So, okay, so what I'm going to do is we'll just fold this really fast, okay? And I would actually take a lot more time if I was doing this for real, but I've already done this, and this is just an example, okay? And I'm doing a really horrible job here. Okay, so we kind of get that on that line, kind of got that on that line. Okay, so we got it pretty close just for this example, okay? So you're folding it like that, and then what you're going to do is I use a straight blade, And I don't use scissors. I use a straight blade and a razor. And what you're going to do is you're going to put your blade like right, or your ruler, sorry, straight blade. You're going to put your ruler from that line, I don't know if you can barely see it, to that, across, and then just, and then cut it, okay? And I actually end up cutting, you'll see the line all the way across here. I end up cutting this one first, okay? So that way you cut that one and then just da-da-da-da-da. Now, that's going to get you your cards. Now, I've got a couple issues with it, and I'm going to show you what that is. I mean, it'll work, but I've got a couple options for you. Now, I've already figured out what the cards are. Okay, so you're going to have one Era 1 card, okay, and it's going to be this Craftsman card. You're going to have this Education card, which is an Era 2 card. All right, and the FAQ actually, it tells you which one. It says your Era 1, your Era 2, your Era 1 Tech, and your Era 2 Tech. Okay, and the Era 1 and Era 2 Techs I know I have right here. I already pulled them out, so they're right here. Okay, now the cards I did, here's mine right here. Now I rounded the corners because honestly, if you put these in that deck, even if you glue them, if you put them with those and you shelf them, you're going to know what cards are what. The colors aren't the same. Even if you sleeve them, in my opinion, you're still going to know what they are. So I would still use these cards personally myself and set these off to the side. And if any of those are drawn, then you can pull these out. Now, the other thing is I kind of rounded the corners as well. And this is a game that more than likely I would probably sleeve as well. So it wouldn't be that big a deal. They'll sit off to the side. Now, if it was me personally, I would do this. Because if you look at these two cards, okay, the only difference between these two cards is, what was the difference between these two cards? Okay, now why am I not seeing the difference between these two cards? This is the Education card. Oh, it was updated. Oh yeah, okay. So you're protected from aggression or protects the player from aggression. Okay, so this one here, they just changed the text. So technically you can get a Sharpie and you can just write that on this card. Okay, not a big deal. You can still use this card. All right, if you look at the Craftsman, okay, the Craftsman is actually going to change. Okay, where's the Craftsman? Man, you know what? I don't know why I am just so blind today, because I'm sure it's right there. The spelling of the craftsmanship, okay. Craftsmanship. Okay, that one, honestly, not a big deal to me either. Okay, the first one here, you're gonna want to change the word. Okay, this one, misspelling happens all the time in games. I can deal with that one. Okay, now these cards, I know where the difference is on these. So these, if you look at them, you're gonna see how you got the symbols are gonna change. So this is the new one, this is the old one. So technically, what you can do is, if you want, you can kind of just Sharpie in here what the change is. Okay, or like I said, keep this card in your deck and this one off to the side. And so you know that if you ever draw this card, you can put this on top. And if you really, really wanted to, because they're the same size, if you sleeve your cards, what I would do is I would actually cut that. And because I rounded the corners, it actually kind of stays hidden a little bit more. And then you can put it in there and it wouldn't be, in a sleeve, it wouldn't be as noticeable. Okay, but that's that card. And then this is the last card you're going to get. Okay, and you'll see on this one right here, what they did is, okay, make sure you see that, they just changed that icon right there. Otherwise, the rest of it's all the same. So a couple minor changes, which, I mean, they're kind of big changes on, well, okay, these two, that's just wording. It's not as big a deal, and I don't know about the wording. Haven't read the rules yet on this. But these ones here, the icons, definitely that's going to change some stuff up. But your choice, however you want to do it. We just discovered this. We just wanted to make sure that everybody knew about it. I'll go back and put these in their correct spots later. And personally, these ones here, I mean, especially if I sleeve the game, I would just cut these and stick them in the sleeve in the front of all these. And for me, they would probably be fine. Like I said, put them off to the side if you're that worried about it. You have your, oops, wrong board. Let's go ahead and put this in here. Okay. Definitely want to keep your errata sheet. Okay. You don't necessarily have to have that. Let's get that in there. All right, and we'll get this lid back on. So there you go. So that, okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is Nova Era. That's what you're going to get. You saw all the cards. You saw the FAQ and errata. You saw the changes to those cards, what you're going to get with those cards. I hope this gives everybody an idea, or gives you a good informed decision on what you're going to actually get in this game. The game looks good. Cards get misprinted in games all the time. I mean, every game seems like it's got misprints on cards or something like that. It's just one of those things that we have to accept anymore. But there you go. Leave any comments you have down below. And as always, thank you for watching.